let's go to the beach. Let's go get a wave. And welcome to I Need a Hobby, a podcast. I'm this week's host, Alex, and to my left, they call him the Swiss Army knife of beachgoers because he'll regularly bring a frisbee, a football, a volleyball net, spike ball, and SPF 70. Chris.
We're talking 100, actually.
I'm sorry, I mean 130.
You literally said something normal and still had to defend him because it's Chris.
And to my right, he's been known to play football at the beach, land on a child's sandcastle while diving for a catch, and then yell at the child for building a sandcastle in the middle of his regulation-sized football field. Andrew.
Hello.
How you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Well, what's this podcast all about?
Jeez.
This is I Need a Hobby. It's a podcast about challenges, hobbies, and activities. Every week, Chris, Andrew, and myself, Alex, we do one of those, and then we talk to you guys about it. Yeah, listen, we're working hard, mighty hard during the 9 to 5.
Of course.
So this podcast, we sit back, we grab a cold one, we put our feet up, talk about that 5 to 9.
Best part of the day, I think.
5 to 9.
Arguably.
It's at least in the top
It's in
two
the top
best
two.
parts of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's new with you guys?
Well, fans might be thinking, first of all,
Huh?
hey, these three idiots, they're stretching what it means to be a challenge hobby or activity. Every episode. Now they're doing an episode
They're doubling it
on
up.
one they've already done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. And
Conspiracy Theories 3, I'll allow it. The beach 2?
Well, I'd say
not a hobby.
We've gotten, I'd say, dozens of emails saying, like, we love the beach episode for the
We've
beach.
gotten, Baker's dozens of emails at least.
Of course. So, hey.
Bring it
still to
back.
this day, just an email like, just listen to episode 4. Might be your best work. Shortest episode? Yes. Worst episode?
Nay.
Definitely not.
I'd say.
Well, this episode is so good. Don't just do a second one. Just re-release the actual episode.
This is a line by line cover of our first
Yes.
episode, a reshoot of it. I think it would be a fun experiment as a listener to listen to this episode and then listen back to the first episode. I think I'm
Don't
gonna
do that.
I think I'm gonna listen back to it on the drive back.
All right.
Yeah.
I can
Just
get
see
into
how
that.
far
To
we've
see how
come.
far we've grown. Hey, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
scrap it all and just do a Pokemon Go episode. You guys still playing, right?
People
Yeah.
still play.
Yeah.
They have an
Yeah.
active subreddit.
Hey, Pokemon Go on the beach? I'm not opposed.
Could be dangerous.
Could be dangerous.
There's balls flying all over the place. Frisbees.
You're
going
talking
left and right.
Yeah,
Pokeballs.
Pokeballs, dude.
Pokeballs. Yeah.
You careful, you get hit, you get captured.
Yeah. No.
All of a sudden you're someone's pet.
It's really upgraded since I first.
Yeah,
time
for
playing.
the augmented reality took
But
a turn for
I
the
bet it
worse.
has really up.
I got caught.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a week, Chris.
I'm a
I was
level-
in a Master Ball. Can you believe it?
I'm a level 8 Charmander somehow.
Chris got that Master Ball. It's like that rare Pokemon that
There's Chris, the podcaster.
he's gonna break out if you throw that regular one at him. But
Yeah.
ooh, you can't break out of a Master Ball.
Hey, here's my question: in the
Mhm.
Pokemon universe,
Yeah.
you're only allowed one Pokeball in the games, right?
Mhm.
Or sorry, no, one Master Ball.
Mhm. Yeah.
Why? What's the point of that? That's
think-
unrealistic.
I think it's a little prestige to it. You got to use
But
it
if-
wisely. I wasted
You're
mine.
right. I understand that from the game creator's perspective.
Yeah.
But if they want to make a realistic game, what in the world is so like
Right.
powerful that like you could only have one? There's nothing.
That's true.
In a capitalistic society, that would never go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like someone's like Poseidon's trident or something.
I'm
you know?
jumping
Right,
to
but
you.
that's
Not gonna get
mythical.
two
You
of
know the
those.
elusive
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan album?
Oh yeah,
That
Ooh, that's
the
true.
one Farmer Bro has.
Yeah, not farmer, bro.
Pharma.
But yeah,
Farmer.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
farming
Yo,
now.
Farmer Dan.
That'd be so funny.
Bumping
It's a bidding war
Ghostface
between
Killah.
Martin Strelly and a farmer.
Farmers. Yeah, well,
Farmers probably
I don't wanna
make
get into
well. Yeah, I don't
farmers.
know.
All right.
Save
Focus,
it for our
guys.
farmer
Where were
episode.
we before we went on the first tangent?
Um,
Oh, yeah, the Master Ball. Well, you're supposed to use it on. There's one Pokemon that you're
I
supposed
like
to use
the
it on.
focus
Mewtwo.
and bring it back to Pokeballs.
Mewtwo.
No, not
Yeah.
Mewtwo. It's like
It is Mewtwo.
no, it's not. It's like some dumb Pokemon that like.
Dragonair.
No. Wow. You
Are
know,
we
you know your
talking about
stuff. I'm
like
I'm
red,
talking.
blue, and
I'm talking. I'm not
Pokemon Red,
talking
Blue, and
original.
Yellow?
I'm not talking original. Maybe
Oh.
in the original it's Mewtwo, but there's
Yeah.
one in like the more recent ones that's like this Pokemon that like it runs away. It's, you have one chance. You
Yeah.
literally have one turn.
Yeah.
And hey, you throw Ultra Ball at it, it's too healthy.
yeah, you're
That is,
probably.
that is kind of a weird aspect, right? You want to weaken the Pokemon just so it's about to
I know,
faint,
it's dark,
but
man.
not super weak, so
Kind of
it
a weird
can't
game.
resist your Pokeball.
Right.
But anyway, that guy, he's always strong. You hit him once,
Radish?
he flees. No,
Mm.
you're thinking of Oddish.
No. I think I'm offering you a radish right now. You're like
Oh, thank
hungry.
you. Sorry about
And you're
that.
saying that Alex is odd-ish.
Not in full.
Hey,
not
you
a full
Oddish
insult.
guy. I don't want your radish, okay?
Do you remember, Andrew, the one time I did stand-up comedy and you came
Mhm.
and watched and I tried to make a Blackish joke? about the TV show Blackish?
No,
I
it
think that's a
definitely
fairly new show.
definitely seems like a risk.
Yeah, I don't remember how
Can,
it
we,
went.
can you lay it out on the
I don't
material
remember
for
the
us?
joke.
I think I remember the
Hey,
gist of it.
imagine if there was an let's say you come across an oddish. Then you say a few racist remarks.
I
and
think
then
that-
say, yeah, that's kind of like Blackish, right?
I think I don't remember the exact joke. I think it had to
I
do
think
with
it missed
Anthony
hard.
Anderson. No, I think it was funny. I think it hit.
Huh.
It had to do with basically like
Well, any Anthony Anderson joke's pretty good.
the absurdity of. I think it just had to do with the show is called Blackish.
Wait, is
and-
Anthony Anderson the actor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like the main actor in
From-
Blackish,
yeah.
also in Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah.
Also in The Departed, I saw for the first time. this
What?
weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Pretty
must have been his
decent
big
role in
break. But I think the idea behind Chris's joke was that like there's a TV show called Blackish, and people are just like
Okay
not
with it.
complaining. Yeah, but if there was like a TV show called, I don't know, Asianish, it'd actually be called Fresh Off
Fresh
the
Off
Boat.
the Boat,
Same
yeah.
show. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I
like,
mean, don't
yeah.
put words in my mouth, but
This
it was
material
probably something
feels
like that.
problematic.
Yeah.
Not for our podcast, though.
I was stunned from the shit.
hey,
from the
it was
stage.
great. It was great.
They
Chris-
said, you,
I mean,
they said
Chris-
you can't show your face around here anymore. Get behind a microphone in
I mean,
the studio.
Chris's opening joke had the C word in it, so
Yeah.
Ladies
let's. throw
and
that out there.
gentlemen, or should I call you all? Oh my gosh, this guy's really going
I mean,
for
it's
it.
like one of those. It gets your attention.
It was
you know?
that dead silence and then just so Blackish.
Now that I have your
so
attention.
unbelievably confident for the first line. After you hear nothing but crickets, you get so nervous. Oh gosh, okay, that didn't end well.
Just a single rotten tomato
Yeah.
thrown at me.
Yeah,
Yikes.
fresh tomato.
Yeah, that'd be a little better.
A rotten. No, you think a fresh tomato would have been thrown
Yeah.
on stage for someone doing poorly?
Hey, you carrying around a rotten tomato? I'd love to know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because you are carrying around a fresh
All right,
tomato.
all right.
Fresh
We,
one,
we've
yeah.
done like
I think-
we've done like 50 What's on Your Mind just to start this episode.
I've always thought it'd be funny to do a whole episode where we just don't get into it.
I agree with that.
Let's do it.
This would be a good one for that too.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll do it another time.
I actually. All right.
I think we
fine.
should do it.
Yeah.
All right. I wanted to ask another question, but
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, ask your question. We're in
It
a
was gonna
rush.
be about Chris's past weekend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chris, you had a excursion of a weekend.
I had an excursion over the weekend. So these guys went to the beach this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Hey,
It depends how long
hey.
this story takes.
Toes in the sand, sun in my hair.
hmm
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Episode's over. Let's get into the meat
Sure.
of it now. Chris, how was your weekend?
Let me tell you what I did this weekend. So I ran a marathon, some of you guys know, in May.
Yep.
And had a good
And
time.
you're still bragging on our podcast about
Hell
it,
yeah.
apparently.
But I wanted to sign. I like having a race on my calendar.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really like looking to train for anything because I've been getting more into rock climbing. We've talked about this too.
Mhm.
So I wasn't going to run as much. But I signed up to pace part of a 100-mile race, which
Yeah.
means you go and run a section with a guy who's running the whole 100 miles.
And Chris paced, for the listeners at home, he paced between mile 46 and
Mhm.
47. So
Yep.
it was a real, I mean, it was a
46
stretch.
and 47. I tried to do 0 to 1. And I took the lead.
Just immediately said
I was a
"eat my
rabbit."
dust" to this 100-mile guy. Did not
Yeah.
understand the concept.
I said,
And-
we're
and
going.
Thought he was running
Blew him
100
away.
meters.
I said, there's only one pace in this race, baby, and it's mine.
What did you actually run?
So I ran the last, I think it was 13 or 12 miles.
The last 13 miles?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you ran 13 miles?
Yeah.
Oh,
running,
dang.
I'll say an understatement, because obviously this guy's running, I mean, an overstatement. This guy's
Yeah.
running 100 miles.
This guy's run 87 miles, and
Yeah.
you just hop in like you're all hot shot.
I thought you were going
goodness.
to run like 5. to be
No.
honest.
I mean, so I get there, and
that's pretty good.
I know I went into this totally blind, which I thought would be fun. I went by myself. I like brought a tent, camped out for the weekend.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
I'll
cool.
tell you one thing. You want to be pacing that guy. You don't want to be blind,
Yeah.
Chris. You
Yeah.
want to have
Yeah.
some eyes on the
You
road.
got to be looking at that GPS watch. The
I
whole
will
time.
say a big shout out. One of the runners, completely blind, ran the whole thing with a guide.
Hmm.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Interesting.
That is impressive.
We ran a good time too. But so this guy, I meet him when I get there. Lovely man, Adam from Canada.
Did you tell him about the podcast?
I didn't. I wanted to slip
Chris,
it in.
you idiot.
Maybe I'll message him and tell him that I'm talking about it. But
All right, let's say good. What's his name? Adam?
Adam, big shout out to
He's
Adam.
a Canuck.
He's from Ontario area. He comes down. He has run another one of these races a couple months ago.
This guy's my hero already.
Yeah, so he's a beast. He says he's looking to run between 20 and 24 hours, which like it's insane that a race can have that much like variability.
Yeah.
When you
that's
break it
true,
down,
a
like
4-hour difference.
yeah, I don't. That's crazy to me. But I mean, the other thing about the race too is that it's people running. you can also choose to do it on a horse,
What?
which I saw on the website. Didn't think much of it.
It's like a 5K
Yeah.
for horses. It's
I-
not even a huge deal.
No, they do the same distance. It's a slightly different course, but you like. I was like, whatever. I'll see a couple horses. There were as many horses as runners.
Whoa,
That
as
is so
humans.
weird.
It was a fun. It
There's
was
as
a
many
weird.
gallopers as there were runners.
A weird intersection, but I meet Adam and Laura, who's his friend, who's like crewing for like meeting
Yeah,
him at the aid stations. I end up like spending most of the day with her, like going spot to spot,
Cool.
giving him.
Hitting it off with them.
Yeah,
how
we
was
had-
Laura?
Laura was great. We had a great day.
Nice. Did you tell her about our podcast?
I should have.
Chris, you idiot. Are you kidding me?
I was kind of. I felt really cool. The first day I was there, I got there kind of early, and I was just wearing our support your local podcast shirt,
Mm.
bumming around.
Sorry.
Recently tie-dyed.
recently
He's
tie-dyed.
whispering in horses' ears, hey, you should check out my podcast.
they neighed. They gave it a neigh. That's a pretty good joke, right?
Hey, I would give it a yay if I could, but I'm a horse. That's what they were
By the way,
saying.
I'm wondering.
So, Winnie.
But I mean, he was ahead of schedule all day, really running fast. So I was getting
Nice.
nervous that the last 13, like,
Now it's serious for you.
yeah. So he gets to me and he says, "Hey man, I can't really run. Like, I'll try. I'm shuffling.
Do
I'm
you
really
mind getting
tired."
me a horse?
I did make. I made the joke to a few runners. I said, "Don't you wish you had 4 legs right now?"
God.
Did not go over well. 90 miles.
Hey.
Well,
if
well,
you-
4 legs. Let's see. If you don't like that, what? You ever seen the show
Dude, I
Blackish?
was trying to make that joke. That's yeah. The horse loves that one.
Yeah.
Like wild.
It's America's most popular show. Mostly horses. Mostly horse viewers.
Hey,
But-
you'd think it's BoJack Horseman. No,
Yeah.
it's,
No, they
it's
don't- they're
Blackish.
extremely offended by that.
So I picked him up. We started running around like 8:45. So the race starts at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
God.
I don't wake up for the start because I don't got to be there.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
Meet him
blame me.
later.
You have
And then
shut eye for your
so we
big
run
man.
at 8:45. Basically, just trying to talk to him a little bit. Get a vibe of
Mm-hmm.
how he's feeling. And we got in. We finished. It was very hilly, an incredibly hilly course for
Was it?
100
Oh,
miles.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And especially for the last 13
yeah.
miles.
It- like my section was very hilly.
I'll take some hills the first few. 'cause
Mhm.
you're
Yeah.
fresh. you
Yeah.
know?
Dude, and how bad must you feel if you're like,
Yeah.
like 13 miles is,
Mhm.
it's tough. It's
Yeah.
not like terrible,
if
but
you-
it's tough. If you're
Yeah.
dogging it
Yeah.
in 13, and this
Yeah.
guy's done like 95
Yeah,
or something.
Exactly. That's why, so I could have done, I think, a lot of the Pacers did 30 miles. And he was like, oh, dude, do 30 with me. Like, you've run a
What?
marathon before. And I was like, because I was like, I don't want to be, like, slowing you down somehow. That would be
Yeah,
insane.
man.
This
30
guy
is,
sounds
30 is
so friendly.
ridiculous. I
Yeah.
would never
No,
go
I'll-
out for a 30-mile run.
Yeah,
I don't care.
He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. So just like, yeah, man, like it's insane that you came here, which kind of weird that I went by myself, but
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Because you just volunteered.
he
right?
did end up finding another pacer to do the 70 to 86 or 7 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me some tips. She was like, the first thing she said, she's like, don't tell him he's almost done. Every time I said it, he got kind of mad.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I get that.
That's
Wait,
like
when did she tell
That's
you
like in
that?
a marathon. when
Just
people
at
say that.
when we switched. So at the
You
aid
must have
station.
had like 2 seconds.
No, I mean it's
They
it's
sit,
a 100
they,
mile
like,
race.
Sit
So
and chill at the aid station.
yeah,
they
It's
actually?
a lot of the
yeah.
people spend a
Jeez.
lot of time
It's
there.
like fuel up.
Because he would like change his shoes after a couple of them.
Yeah.
So you eat a lot of food. I mean, you're running
Yeah,
for 20
yeah,
hours. So.
yeah.
What did you guys talk about? Did you talk?
Yeah, I mean, I just asked him about like his training, and we learned told him about,
What was his longest run before this?
he had done one other 100, but in training he had
In
done.
training.
Oh my God.
In training he had done. He said he was running 75 miles a week consistently for the last year, which is a
One
lot.
75-mile run.
That's not like a crazy amount though.
Yeah,
Like, I
his
think
longest run was like 50.
we could do
as a
75
race.
miles in a week.
Yeah, but consistently for a year is a long.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I
So-
don't think we're 100 mile.
Because he asked me, he was like, "Oh, would you ever do this?" And I was like, "I don't know."
That
This-
is so wild.
He basically
Like,
told me he's like, if you're ever gonna do this, you like really need to commit to it.
It's a completely different
Right.
tier. We're like, we were now. I'd say we're runners as hobbyists. We
Yeah.
were all at one point pretty serious runners.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Competitive.
that is like,
It's different.
That's
Wow.
got to be more serious than like what we were doing
Mhm.
in like even high school or,
Yeah.
or like
For
college
sure.
life.
Well, it's just
sure.
it's a whole nother game because he's never
Right.
doing like speed workouts. I'm
Mhm.
sure
Right.
he's going out and like a long hike is probably
Yeah.
a better workout than like 400s. You know what I mean?
but
I
by
would
long
say-
hike, you probably mean like an all-day hike.
Yeah, I mean, because he's on his feet for 20 hours.
Yeah.
And
most
I
of
feel
it.
like the food part plays a huge like
Mhm.
the food for a marathon
Yeah.
plays a factor,
Yeah.
little
but
bit.
like not much.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, he was eating like the rest stops all had like quesadillas, burgers,
like just a ton of fat.
because by the end of it, he's like, I can't even look at a you anymore. Like he's like,
Ugh.
give me like he was drinking like a lot of broth and stuff.
Yeah, this sounds
Jeez.
totally ridiculous
Yeah,
to me. But
it was very very
whatever
cool to
floats
see.
your
How
boat.
old was he? You know?
He was 39 and in insane shape, like
'Cause I was gonna say,
the
I
most
feel-
fit human I've
I
ever
feel like
seen.
this is like a like 39, like
Yeah.
like you don't hear about people like in their 20s
No,
running
which
100
is good, I think, like because I feel like you get hurt. Like he's been running for a long, long time.
Yeah, but your body's you're
Yeah, I
in
was
your
gonna say.
prime.
So
He's not in
being
his
like
prime.
40 makes you less likely to get hurt? I don't think so.
Well, I think maybe I don't know. I
But
don't
maybe
know
it's
when
like
your
you
peak
have
is.
to spend 39
Yeah,
years training.
Exactly.
For
Yeah,
this
That's
race.
basically.
So now your
yeah.
body's ready for it.
Yeah, I gotta record 100 podcasts before I can do episode 102, the beach. You know?
The beach
Kind of
too.
the same thing.
Okay.
That is
Um,
crazy though.
But I'll say, great weekend.
Did you get a race shirt out of it?
No, I didn't. They were selling stuff, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, but I didn't want to have to explain that. Like, I didn't actually
Yeah,
run
that's
100
true.
miles.
Do you
Oh,
talk
dang.
to him during it, or like was he just like too
Yeah.
tired?
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of like sometimes he was a little more talkative. I think I probably could have talked to him the whole time. He was so nice that he would have said stuff,
Yeah.
but like we were just, I don't know.
How
getting to
long
know
did
each
it
other.
take for you?
I think it
I
was
gonna ask that.
about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Dang.
That's
Um,
it.
Yeah.
I guess I mean that's definitely a slow half marathon.
Yeah,
but
I
not
think
when
we-
you've run
But,
yeah.
you know,
80.
Like
Something
there was
miles.
one point where it was kind of funny because he's Canadian, so he was talking in kilometers a lot, and I was
Oh,
like, I don't know.
do you
So-
mind translating?
Like the last, there was a point where he's like, we just need to run. I think it was like 13-minute kilometers here on out, which is like more or
Very
less walking
slow,
pace.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, you got to make sure we're doing that, man. Like we can do it though. I feel like I can.
Mhm.
And
Put
then his
pressure on you.
his watch beeps, and he's like, we just ran a 650 kilometer. And I was like, oh yeah, there we go. It
Wait,
was
so
awesome.
what did he end up breaking 20
He
hours?
did. He ran 1930 something, 24th overall. He was insane.
Same
Wow.
year he was born.
The
too.
winner, the winner ran 15 and change, which is like
Oh my goodness.
absurd.
That is absurd.
Um,
but they're like professional
Yeah,
runners.
Yeah,
this
they are,
guy's
they
like
are.
probably a sponsored athlete.
Wow.
But yeah,
It is crazy that at that level or at that distance, like you could very easily drop out like
yeah.
literally 90% of the
Mhm.
race.
'Cause, well-
you still have 10 miles to run.
The one thing I was asking him was, I was like, at what point? Once we were like in the last mile, I was like, when did it like hurt the most? Is it like right now? And he was like, no, like mile 25. I had like a bad pain in my knee. I was like, oh no.
Oh
That's
my
so
God.
discouraging.
Imagine that.
Oh,
Oh,
my
my
God.
knee hurts.
Like, should I
so-
drop out?
I have 75 more miles to do. And he's like, dude, I drove like 8 hours to race this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna end.
I think the
trained
whole
for a
thing is
year.
it's just a completely different mindset.
It's
Yeah.
like it's a
for him,
lifestyle. Yeah.
That's like nothing.
It's like talking to a sprinter like they're a
Mhm.
marathon runner. Like for us,
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah, literally
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
it's completely different.
It's like
different
we
ballpark.
talked about this with rock climbing. It's like you were talking about this guy Alex Honnold, who's like I guess a famous rock climber who
Mhm.
would like free solo like up a cliff
yeah.
where
It's
he
like
if
no
he just
ropes.
fell he could
Mhm.
die. But like
Yeah.
for him,
Us
he
to
would-
him
for-
is
yeah
is basically similar.
yeah. It's like
Makes
the
sense.
stuff he would do would be like, oh my god, like we would not be able to do it. You know, trying our
Right.
hardest with like 2 feet above the ground, and he's just doing this up
For
a
him,
cliff.
it's nothing.
But what
It's
you're
like
saying,
a-
like that's the equivalent for him as like a easy beginner climb for us.
Mhm.
So
Even easier, probably.
yeah,
I saw a video with him recently, and he was free soloing like in the morning, and then
I
he
saw this
he
video.
went to like Boulder with his friends, and he's like, "Hey, you have a crash pad, right?" And it's like, dude, you're not worried about like falling to your death, but you need a crash pad for like a 3-foot fall.
I also saw a video
Like-
where like he did whatever, like his most recent like death-defying stunt he did, and then afterwards was doing like hangboarding or whatever it's
Yeah.
called,
Yeah.
just like finger strength. And someone's like, "Why are you doing that?" And
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, I just like do it every day. So
Yeah, he's
every
like, I'm
other,
trying
I
to
do
do
it
it-
every other day."
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, oh my god,
It's so inspiring.
jeez.
Eh.
So yeah, shout out Adam, amazing guy, very nice.
Shake,
Shout out
yep.
Laura. I spent 12 hours with her, super nice.
I want to give a quick shout out to Alex Honnold.
Yeah, why not?
Great
Any
athlete.
shout outs, Andrew?
no. How about shout out to our episode 4 of the beach?
Here's
Yeah.
one more thing I'll say about the race.
Yeah.
How many people in the United States right now do you
Yeah.
think? Like he's
Great question.
probably in a very.
Well, he's Canadian.
That's true. That's
Dang
true.
it.
Most of them have done one.
yeah. That's like the national sport is 100
Yeah,
mile
what
races.
if you find out it's probably like 0.001?
But yeah, like
But
like-
what if you found out like a random small country was like, yeah, like 15% of people do 100.
Jesus.
But like, if I was in the small percentage that could do something that well,
Mhm.
I would want to get recognized for it. But
Yeah.
like, the only recognition poor Adam's getting is
Mhm.
us talking about him on our podcast.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
Because I asked him, I'm like, what do you like tell your friends you're doing this weekend? And he's like, oh, they get it at this point, but it took a while to like explain, you know?
Yeah.
Because even me like telling my friends what I was doing this weekend,
Yeah.
probably more
I think
confusing.
yours is weirder.
Definitely.
I think your
Definitely
situation was weirder than
a little
him.
bit more to unpack. Like what?
Yeah.
But, great weekend. Next time I would do it again for sure, but I would probably want to bring some more friends. It'd be fun to like
That would be cool. to
get
just,
3
like, hang
people to
out
go
at.
up and do it. Because I mean, at the race stops, it was just like barbecues. And, like,
Yeah.
people were drinking.
You
and
should have
stuff.
taunted him. You should have taunted Adam
Yeah,
more with some,
I should have.
like eating a hamburger
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
run.
Ooh, like he would have liked that.
Yeah, yeah.
He probably would
He
have
was
been like, I'll have a
craving
bite if you don't mind.
Another thing.
You should have taunted him with like showing your watch that you had only run 2 miles that day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that covers that, I guess.
Yeah.
Any other
Any
topics?
other questions?
I don't really want to talk about the beach.
I mean, we've already hit our longest intro ever.
I went swimming at a pond the other day.
You did?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Any like specific activities you did there?
I just went swimming by myself
Oh,
because I'm,
oh,
trying.
because you guys are doing the
I'm
triathlon.
trying
We're
to
doing a
this
triathlon.
triathlon.
Listeners at home, Alex and I are doing a triathlon.
Yeah. How's
The weekend following this episode's release.
how's the training go? Have you been swimming at all? Like
Yeah,
I guess
just
you went
went
to
to
a
a
No, I
pond.
pond.
need to start.
That was my
You
second
need to
swim.
start. Isn't the race in like 4 days?
I don't know. It's more that like I just kind of trust myself because like I know I can do it. It's a quarter-mile swim. Like that's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
tough,
very
but
doable.
like I'm not gonna die. You
Yeah.
know, knock on wood. But like
Okay, man.
I don't know. Like
I was planning on killing you at the start.
That'd be a great start.
don't dunk me.
You're gonna take over the gun at the start.
Dude, you know, you like if you get tired swimming, maybe this is like
You could
I'm trying
doggy
to think of,
paddle.
like what the equivalent is like. If like you know, if I'm saying like, yeah, you know, if you get tired running, like just sit down on the ground and get your breath. Like,
Kind of, though.
But what I'm saying is like I can do the elementary backstroke. You
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
can take your breather.
Like this one? Lay
yeah,
on your back?
Yeah,
kind of
I don't know if
flapping
that.
like a
Yeah,
bird?
for the listeners at
Yeah.
home, Alex is doing the breaststroke. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Like this one, I'm just doing a cannonball.
But yeah, like I don't know if that's frowned upon, but like
That's
I definitely
fine.
plan on
Just
doing
do
that
it.
if I
No,
get
no.
tired.
Are
I
you
don't think
guys
it's frowned
gonna?
So just a quarter mile.
Are you guys gonna race it, or what are you like? What's
See,
your?
I don't think I'm gonna race
I
it.
think
Yeah.
at the starting gun, I'm going to look at Andrew and say, eat my dust.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to see me since then. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, you're gonna race it.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess it's
Call
different.
me,
did you hear?
call me Canadian Adam because I'm going
Wait,
to
were you,
dominate this
were you
race.
there? Yeah, this week we found out that one of our friends who's signed up with us did a different age group. We think. Did you hear about that?
I know. I don't. Yeah, do you think he's
So
competing
there
with
was-
like
See,
the,
a different
like
age.
the preschool edition?
So there was like, oh wait, you did you typed age group, right?
I didn't type in anything.
Whatever.
I had
okay.
my
So
my
there was-
butler
there
do
was-
it for me. Thank you very much. No, I think
okay.
I don't remember it being an issue. I remember
I
seeing
remember
like
being confused, but I think I got it. But
Did
anyway,
you just have to say how
so
old
there
you
was
were?
it said like
No,
it
it's
said
a little different. what like divisions
what are,
do you want
what
to
are
do?
you running? One of them we mentioned in the Beer Mile episode, Clydesdales. You know what that is,
big
Chris?
fan of the
right?
Clydesdale race.
Clydesdales.
Would love to do
We
one
are
one day.
not Clydesdales.
I call
but
it the Cankle League.
I think that's 225 and plus or something like
yeah,
that.
something like
Probably.
that.
I'd love to train and just eat a bunch of food to like
Yeah.
Ton of respect
do,
for
Could
that.
dominate
yeah.
that.
But anyway, so the options basically said like Clydesdale, like it said elite/open. It said age group, and there was a couple other ones.
There are other like
Like team or organization
yeah.
was
yeah,
one.
Sure.
So I
And-
did age group because I didn't want to do elite,
right.
but then it
Mhm.
did say like /open.
But you know what I read
thought it
was
was age group, like eligible for
Yeah.
like age group prizes.
right, which is like right
So
in our
Alex
that's
and
our
I
wheelhouse.
Did age group,
Mm-hmm.
and another one of my friends did age group, and then it turns out like the other half of the people that were
Did-
with
Does it
did
make a
elite
difference?
/open.
No, I think
Well,
you start in a different place.
yeah,
probably.
we might
Yeah.
not start together,
I feel like you
which
could
is
just
annoying.
talk your way. Like
And
once
I-
you get there, you just tell
Yeah.
them.
And I think if anything, it just like disqualifies us from like we couldn't get an elite prize. Let's say we
Yeah.
got first.
Which you
Well, I
will.
don't know. Who knows? It's
I
a
feel
weird
like it's.
setup.
I feel
either
like
way.
yeah. I feel like it's just confusing.
Because I read
I
online
thought you were
that-
gonna say like you didn't know if you were 18 to 24.
yeah. I put my birthday as 1930.
Yeah, it's one of those horoscope things. You're right on the cutoff.
Yeah.
Age 20,
Yeah.
24 to 30 and
Yeah.
18 to 24. Just give me elite/open.
That's funny.
I think I read that if you wear a wetsuit, you're disqualified from the age group, like prizes. So I think the elites, like
Why? That's like you're too
That's-
good.
I don't know.
Maybe
to
that
be
just
honest.
that's weird.
I thought it was like, all right, maybe a wetsuit because I've heard wetsuits give you a slight advantage, a little bit more buoyant in the water.
Hmm. So maybe you're
Um,
eligible for prizes if you're in the elite. An age group is I don't know,
Right.
probably not.
I don't know. I just think that's a weird rule.
That
I don't
is a
know,
weird
it's
rule.
It's confusing
And
me.
you know what else? I got an email that said, Andrew, don't wear flippers on the bike part. I was like, come on, like, what's wrong with that? You know?
You want
I can wear them on the run though.
Yeah,
right?
they did say the run is okay.
And another thing I learned, like we thought Clydesdale meant like kind of overweight, chubby people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I learned that there's just as many horses as there are men running this triathlon.
What do you think is
That's the
more?
Clydesdales
What's
are.
more impressive, a horse running a 100-mile race or a horse doing a triathlon?
You know what I don't like
I'd love to see
seeing?
a horse on a bike.
Every once in a while. Yeah, imagine that.
That should be next year's Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Budweiser
Budweiser commercial.
The Budweiser Clydesdales.
I don't like
Auto-
seeing land-based animals
Yeah.
swimming in like deep water.
I don't like horses at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I saw a horse roll around like a dog. Like,
Ooh,
like,
that creeps me
you know
out.
how a horse gets a dog will get a little itch and
Like
kinda
on
like,
its
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
it's like
I
ooh.
saw a grown ass horse do that.
What are its legs doing?
Just flailing, probably ready to take someone out.
Yeah.
Some of the best athletes on this planet are horses. You know
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
There's a video I saw online. Apparently, there's this island that's
Sure.
that's a mile or two outside of like a non-island,
Yeah.
probably in Africa.
Uh-huh.
And camels will just regularly swim across the ocean.
I don't like that one.
So
bit.
there's a guy in a boat, and he pans his camera, and there's like a group of camels
You're telling me I could probably.
bobbing their heads
You
up
think
and
I could
down.
sign up for a camel watch
Yeah, I think you could
on
do
a boat,
that.
a la a whale watch?
Yeah, isn't
Hmm.
that crazy?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Where is this?
Yeah, in some body of water. I bet if you look up swimming camels, you'd find it.
All right.
Okay.
And the weirdest thing, they're doing the backstroke.
The elementary, if you could believe it.
it.
The elementary backstroke.
I would imagine a camel probably would do something similar to that if it was swimming.
To the backstroke?
Huh.
What?
Hey, here's a
You
cursed
don't think I do the
image.
camel,
Picture,
the camel
picture
paddle?
a camel doing any type of swimming stroke, anything.
Uh,
It's like what?
you think?
Imagine the freestyle.
You think just the hump is above the water?
Yeah. It's the head.
People, what if they found out the Loch Ness monster was actually just
It
a
was just
camel?
like a lost
just
camel.
a lost camel. Somehow weirder.
What an insane idea.
But someone found out, and they thought they were going to embarrass the whole country of Scotland. So they're like, oh no, we have to keep this
A
myth
lost
up.
camel.
The
Dude,
lost-
imagine like I'm imagining like the Loch Ness monster, like a like really bad silhouette of like a clearly a camel. It's like, but we don't know what it is.
It's like, you know, in the Petit Prince where it's like you think he's drawing a hat, but he's drawing like an
Yeah.
elephant inside of
A
a.
boa constrictor.
It's like
Yeah.
you think this is the Loch Ness monster, but it's just clearly a camel trying to disguise himself as the Loch Ness monster.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, so I was swimming,
Yeah. At a pond. Not a beach, a pond.
not a beach, no
Yeah.
camels in
I like
sight,
this pond talk, yeah.
no horses, and it was good. Yeah, I think now I feel like I might be becoming more of a pond man.
Hmm.
I've always thought of myself as more of a beach boy,
Hmm.
and now I think maybe I'm a pond man.
I don't want to talk too much about the beach, but what
you're right,
happens?
you're
So
right.
I like a pond because it winter you still get a use out of it. You can go skating.
Mm,
What happens? Like,
I never thought about that.
how much of the beach freezes, if any?
That's a good question.
None,
it does freeze.
none.
No,
But there's
it
like-
does freeze. Like I
There will
remember
be a thin icy layer, I would assume.
this past year. Remember how
Obviously,
cold it
the
was
whole
around
like
New
I couldn't
Year's?
walk to see these camels from here.
No,
but,
I think around New Year's. Remember how cold it was?
yeah, it was pretty-
Yeah.
There were parts of the beach froze.
Damn.
There was a picture I saw of Cape Cod.
How
A
could-
video.
I'm having a tough time picturing any body of water with waves freezing.
Mhm.
I just can't
Imagine
imagine.
Good question.
It's
Andrew.
like
That's a
it's
good
like that.
question.
It's like you're saying like
Imagine a frozen wave.
it, basically the equivalent is like a human sleeping when they're running, when they're moving or walking. It's like
Huh.
they can't
That's
fall
a good
asleep when
question.
they're
I do
walking.
That's a good
sleepwalk.
question.
I
Andrew.
sleepwalk
That's a
every
good
now and then.
question.
One time, my
Uh,
brother, we were fishing, and he fell asleep standing up with it, like while holding on to the fishing rod.
Really?
Similar kind of thing.
He's like, "You got a live one, man.
It was
Wake
so
up!"
funny.
He's got a camel on the other end of his fishing bowl. No, it's true. I don't know how to describe it. It's like textured water. They look like waves, I guess.
Yeah, like a
You mean the ocean or when it was frozen?
I guess what's like the Cape? That's on the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts of
Then
it.
I guess it's the ocean.
or maybe a bay.
Wait,
Maybe a
what's
bay.
the ocean?
Maybe a
what
gulf.
are you talking about?
The part that was frozen that you said you couldn't picture.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
whatever that is in the Cape. I guess there's multiple.
I mean, yeah,
beaches
you
in the
got bay or whatever, harbor side and
Yeah.
seaside.
Hmm.
But they said it was like the first time it had frozen over in like decades
Wow.
because
That's
it was
wild.
such a cold. Remember that around New Year's? I thought maybe this was going to be
Yeah.
the coldest year yet. With
Yeah.
that kind of start.
Yeah.
It was freezing.
Turned out to be one of the hottest.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Probably.
You did pack your bags and say, "I'm off to Europe."
Yeah, I got to get a warm weather climate.
Yeah,
Andrew.
you say, "Yeah, I know. The
gonna
political
walk,
climate's
if you don't
crazy.
mind."
Luckily, the weather climate is allowing me to walk across the country."
Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
How about you just decided to go across the pond, right?
Hey.
Nice.
Swim all the way
Nice.
over.
Yeah, you thought
That's training.
you thought the pond would get you to England, but it was just a small pond.
Small pond.
I went to the pond
You'd
to
swum
swim.
it. You swum it last week.
Swum?
Swam, swam, swim.
Hey, I've heard that some people have. What's the most a human could swim? Like this guy did a 100-mile race.
Yeah.
Can a human swim like
People
intercontinental?
People talk about swimming the English Channel. I don't know how far that is.
I don't know what that. I assume that's like an Ironman triathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, come on.
Few
It's
miles.
certainly no quarter mile.
That's true.
You think? Okay, so I will say a lot of the people beat the horses in this race, which I had no idea at the start who was going to win.
What?
Yeah.
That's because horses don't sweat.
Horses don't have the endurance.
Hey, that's some tortoise in the hare story, if you
Yeah.
ask me,
Yeah.
right?
My question. A 1 mile swim. Man versus horse. And I'm not talking a seahorse.
I don't know how a horse. Yeah,
Hey, man versus seahorse, forget
Yeah.
about it.
it'd be close.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how fast a horse would swim. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're athletic AF,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but like I'm sure there are faster mammals out there.
Yeah.
Platypus
What do you
or
think?
whale, for example.
Yeah. What do you think's the fastest land animal in water?
I was just thinking that.
That's
is
a
it,
good
is it the
question.
human?
Oh dang, this is a good
It might
question.
just be the human. I
Birds
guess a
sometimes dive real fast, but I guess that doesn't count.
It's
No,
like
that,
a
yeah,
sweet
that's
song.
like they got all their momentum from the air. They're not
Yeah,
swimming.
and you know what? Hey, they're not land-based mammals.
Yeah.
They're air-based idiots.
Alex thinks a pelican is the fastest animal in the water. I don't know. I mean, isn't a platypus actually like really fast?
I couldn't tell you much about a platypus.
I bet they are. They're kind of a BS land-based animal. Though,
Yeah,
or
well, they are
mammal, I
mammals.
guess.
They are mammals.
Yeah. They
Are
eggs-
they though?
They lay
Come on.
eggs.
I think they
Can we
are.
toss in the towel and say a platypus is a fish? Same with a whale.
A
A whale is a fish.
That's what
all
we're-
right. Can we shut up? Oh, you know what? Technically, it's a mammal. It's not a mammal. All right.
That's what we talked about yesterday. Remember when we were texting with fan of the show Henry about he was talking about in a previous episode. We mentioned that is smoothie a soup,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of
No,
a sudden,
it's soup a smoothie. Or which one? Either way.
Whatever.
I'll tell you, I started getting those texts. I put my phone on silent. I was at
Yeah,
the
we
gym.
were-
there weren't that
I was
many.
like,
We were hating on you this weekend, Chris, because Henry texts us a lot, and
Yeah.
Alex and I always respond. Say Chris takes one look, sees the caller ID, and says.
Yeah.
I'll
See ya.
respond if I have something.
But anyway,
it doesn't
it said
really
like
involve
that. Tomato soup.
That's
Mhm.
a smoothie.
Is that a fruit smoothie?
That's a smoothie.
No,
Chris?
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
I
I'm not
mean-
ordering it. If I said
It truly isn't. But
All right. How about a gazpacho? You guys ever had a gazpacho?
No.
that sounds gross to me.
It's like a.
It's like that cold
It's
soup.
a cold soup. That's a smoothie.
Ugh.
So Andrew,
What?
Andrew notoriously does not like soup.
No.
Would you rather a hot soup or a cold soup?
Hot for sure. Oh my
Clam
God.
chowder is a is a soup or a smoothie.
Clam chowder is not a smoothie.
Would you drink it with a straw? If I gave it to you with a straw,
Mm-hmm.
would you drink it? I know you
Clam
don't, You
chowder?
don't like soup,
I do
Don't
kind
answer
of.
that.
No, I do like clam chowder though.
I like
It's-
chowder. It's
I
different.
mean,
yeah.
I'm from New England.
but you do
for
drink it with a
goodness
You
sake.
drink it with a straw.
If
I-
I were to drink,
It needs to be a
clam
nice
chowder
thick,
with a
a
straw,
nice thick straw.
that I guess it's fine. Does not make it a smoothie.
I agree with that. That was a joke, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the difference then? Could I have a strawberry soup?
Strawberry soup.
Yeah.
Give me the ingredients.
Strawberries and water. I don't know.
What?
I think
That's like cereal.
I can imagine like a fancy.
Strawberries, cornflakes, and milk. I don't know.
I can imagine strawberries.
I think there's
Like
like,
a very fancy, like chilled strawberry basil. You know.
basil.
Yeah, strawberry and basil. People throw that
Do
stuff
they?
together
Ew.
these days. I don't.
Mhm.
All right, I
wouldn't
think I think there is there's a watermelon soup.
Yeah,
That to me is a smoothie. Is that wrong?
that to me just.
Is that a sin to think that way?
Watermelon soup.
I think there's a watermelon soup. I think I've heard of that.
The first question is, does it truly exist?
there are fruit-based soups other than tomato. I think those. What's the difference then between between soup and smoothie?
We're walking a fine line. I guess it's the use of a straw. I guess.
No, because there's soup to go, and I sip on it like it's a cup of coffee.
But what about like
Do you
Chris?
actually?
Do you know what those are?
I don't like any kind of. I like nothing about soup.
That's
so.
how you're supposed to. You're not supposed to bring your
well,
own
when you,
straw.
when you
or
think about it, like
spoon.
a kale smoothie is like maybe more of a soup.
That's more of a soup. I agree.
A vegetable based.
Yeah, because it's like, because you're right.
Yeah.
The smoothie aspect. Do you have yogurt in a kale smoothie? Probably not, right?
Ooh,
Yeah,
but
it could probably play a role.
I bet you can. You just certainly.
That's where
can.
I'm
But I bet
saying,
you could also put yogurt in a clam chowder.
Yeah, that's true.
Yogurt in
In
something
a
makes
minestrone.
makes it a smoothie.
Right,
Yeah.
but you don't need yogurt in every smoothie.
This is tough.
But I think if yogurt's in it, it's certainly not a soup.
Mm-hmm.
But yogurt itself is kind of a soup.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna stand behind that one.
All right, yogurt's a soup.
But you know your kale remark, because there are 100% kale based soups,
For sure, there must be.
and there are 100%
them, yeah.
kale based smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the temperature at that point?
Kale's the middleman here.
If I leave one out accidentally, is it gonna be in the middle ground of a soup and a smoothie?
Yeah, it is.
I'm shocked that you disagree with this, Andrew, because you're the one saying that sandals aren't shoes. That's the same argument.
You're gonna go back to this now, huh?
I'll also say, like, tomato soup is a soup. It's not
All
a
right.
smoothie.
Debate. I mean, honestly, it's debatable.
Well, no,
I'm
it
curious.
doesn't.
Tomato
It doesn't have to be
smoothie.
one or the other, right?
That's
Can it be one and the same?
It's
Yeah.
both. Yeah.
Hey,
It's a hybrid.
bartender, get me a fruit smoothie. They come back with a tomato soup. Joke's on you. That's what you ordered,
Yeah,
dummy.
idiot.
Jeez.
Give
I
me
don't
a
know. I don't
cold
know.
tomato soup. Put some yogurt in it. Maybe some orange juice, a banana.
I would
don't
take
care.
a sprig of kale.
Yeah.
Speaking of smoothies, do we
Yeah.
do we get any like energy boosts during our race, Alex? Do you know?
Like gels or anything?
Mm.
Yeah.
Or like bananas?
You're not going to be treated like
Or
these
tomato
100-mile
soup.
runners, but maybe you can.
Yeah, or a chowder in a cup. I looked. Did you see the race guide packet?
No,
Or
what did it
athlete
say?
Guide?
No.
It said stuff about that. Like, there's definitely stuff at the end. I don't think there's beer. Which,
Mm.
when I signed up for the race,
It's a
there's-
BYOB situation.
I hope so, because I'm gonna. When I signed up, they said we're trying to get beer, which to me means you're not trying to get beer. You're
You
just
gotta,
not
you gotta
gonna
lock
have
that beer down.
That's a classic. You know.
They're just trying to
Mhm.
get more people to sign up.
Yeah.
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 But they have. But maybe they do have beer because they have pint glasses that you could sell that you could buy for $20.
$20.
I think it's a little expensive.
steep.
I was at the liquor store the other day. Pint glasses for $1.
I feel like a
Mm.
lot
I'm
of
gonna
times
buy that and sell. I'm gonna have a $19 profit.
a lot of times those stores try to like I think like breweries will give cups with their name on it, like basically to stores. That's what I've heard a lot of bars get them for free. Like Guinness will
Ooh,
come
yeah,
through and be
yeah, I
like,
think
here's
you're right about
here's
that,
50
actually.
glasses, just serve them.
Because it's a little advertisement.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll get a like a Goose Head, or what are they called? Goose Island.
Yeah, Goose Island.
Goose Island.
Goose Island
IPA.
IPA.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be in a Yingling glass.
Mm.
I'm like, I didn't order this, but hey, now I want a Yingling.
Yeah.
It's a great
Mm.
advertisement.
Smart.
One time I got one and it said the glass said 2% milk. But it was
a
beer.
jug.
Yeah, I mean,
Not,
that
even,
true?
not,
that's
even
a risk.
not even a
no,
brand.
that's not true. That's not
Just
true.
Big Milk trying
yeah,
to push their 2%
just,
agenda.
it just said milk.
God.
No.
Milk. Did I ever tell you about the time I took an Uber to your house one time, Alex? I think I
You
told you
did
this.
tell me about this.
I don't know if
This is
you
a
know
good story.
But-
Uber driver gave you milk?
the Uber driver is
Just
talking to
about.
me about how he beat some disease. I can't remember which one. Maybe like heart problems. So I was like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, I'm on this like diet. And he told me about how Big Milk put out this like multi-million like the whole Got Milk thing.
As soon as he hears the word Big Milk, Chris is frantically canceling his ride. Oh God, I can't get into this.
But he goes on this rant about how the whole milk industry is corrupt and no one needs milk and it's bad for you and all this stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I buy it.
yeah,
I'm with
probably.
him.
I think it's interesting.
Wait, what's wrong? Well, no one says milk is good for you, really, but
Big Milk.
Have you
does.
seen the Got Milk commercials, sucker?
I mean,
It's all Michael Jordan.
if I see Michael Jordan, I'm like, I could be big and strong like that guy.
Listen, if I drink a pint glass sized thing of milk
Uh-huh.
right now, do you think tomorrow morning I'm gonna feel like I'm in any condition to play a full game of basketball? I
no.
want to be sitting on the john.
you
I-
are lactose
man.
intolerant.
Whatever happened to like milk mustaches?
Yeah,
Is that like still a thing?
that's a got milk. That's a big milk industry.
That is a big milk thing.
Yeah,
I get
milk
I don't. I should do like it kind of. I get a beer mustache a lot. Like when you get like a
Mhm.
big.
Well,
thing
that's
of foam.
like
It's kinda
right.
fun.
Okay, but like I
Imagine
never
big
got
beer
like
having a run
Yeah.
with that.
whoever got a milk mustache. Milk doesn't stay on your lips.
No, like elementary school age kids get like the. You ever see a kid who's it's like, oh, this kid's been drinking Kool-Aid because they have like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the fangs almost on
Yeah,
that side of
yeah.
the teeth.
Mhm.
That's like what you get from a milk mustache.
Yeah,
It's
Guess
more of
I
a
haven't had that in a
Salvador
while.
Dali type of mustache that you
Yeah.
get from a milk mustache.
of course.
Is that like the curled one or?
It's like where it's like it's kind of like pointed up on the side.
Yeah,
of this.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of
Okay,
like
okay.
that's basically what you get.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess I should have one.
Here's what we're moving. We got a big move coming up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brooklyn,
Brooklyn.
New York.
Mhm.
Someone told me the other day, they're like, yeah, there's not much like cost of living is pretty expensive, but like the day-to-day items aren't that much more expensive,
Hmm.
except for milk.
Really?
Really?
Isn't that weird?
That's fine.
Why the heck is milk? They're like, yeah, milk's like double the price.
Jeez. that's
One,
fair.
how often are you buying milk
Yeah,
every day
I don't buy
to
milk.
realize that it's double the price?
Hmm.
And two, why the heck is it just milk that's that significantly more expensive?
Yeah, I don't
They're
know.
like, yeah, milk is way more expensive. And I guess rent too.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But let me tell you about the dollar slices.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys gonna be living on pizza? Are you excited? What food are you
Ooh, that's
most
a good
excited
question.
about? For the
Reuben.
news? Reuben?
Reuben sandwich.
New York Reuben.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean that
Andrew's
in
a-
a
I'm-
non-joking way.
Andrew's a pizza man.
Yeah, I really do like pizza.
You should seek out the best dollar slice.
I don't know. I
No,
think
you
I'm
know
really most excited for. I've talked about this with Alex about just like the culture of like can be so many different cultures in
Mm.
restaurants like
Yeah.
anywhere
That's
near
true.
us. You know.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
like it's cool getting the knowing the area's like cultural identity. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
even just like the neighborhood I'm in, you start to pick up on little things. Like
Yeah.
every grocery store nearest me sells a lot of like traditional Irish stuff.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, this must be an Irish neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right,
You
right.
pick up
Right.
on that in different areas. Kind of cool.
I think aren't the dollar slices like notoriously bad though?
I don't. I've
No,
heard-
I had them before and they're good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's just one place, but
Yeah, they're probably. All
I
the
just
same.
like pizza a lot.
Like I'd
Yeah.
rather spend $2 and get
Yeah.
a slightly better slice of pizza.
That's true.
Mm.
But I like.
Depends on what
I
the mood's
also
for.
like bad pizza.
What?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, who doesn't?
like I'll eat like at Cumberland Farms, which is a gas station near us.
Yeah.
I bought a
don't-
slice of pizza from there less than a week ago.
I actually don't think that one's that bad.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
I've ever had
certainly
Cumberland
no,
Farms
like,
pizza.
No New York dollar
Pizzeria quality,
slice.
but
There's
it tastes kind
definitely
of good
no,
too. Still.
well, it's Pizza Hut quality.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
I guess I could see myself doing that, but if I'm spending,
That's true. If you want a real like meal, I'm thinking like, hey, I'm walking here home from work.
yeah.
Let me
But
get a
no, but what I'm saying
slice.
is I wouldn't spend like $3 on a Cumberland Farms slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is.
It's a single dollar.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
Because like I've bought pizza, I've bought a whole pie before, and it's like $15 or something.
Yeah,
And then it's poor quality pizza.
that sucks.
But then I could spend like $6 or $7 on a whole pie,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and it's like better pizza.
Huh.
So it's like, where's this money going? You know,
That's true.
this is clearly lower quality pizza. But
Better.
I'm spending an arm and a leg for it.
Well, you got to pay for the milk.
That's true.
Yeah.
The milk,
The milk,
I did have a
anything
gallon
with
of milk on the
dairy
side.
in it, basically,
Yeah, cheese.
That's true.
is going to be more expensive.
We're talking
Yeah.
cheese, milk, eggs.
Not eggs. Keep that in mind from the vegan episode. Eggs are not dairy, and will always remember that.
Someone told me at work today that their son
Uh-huh.
stopped eating chicken and only eats eggs now to save money. Doesn't that sound gross?
Yeah,
I
to
like
save
eggs.
no,
and
that's the
Andrew
part.
Andrew really likes.
I
eggs.
do like eggs.
I-
I actually think this is kind of dumb,
Actually,
but I actually think I'm going to make a big point of that in my next Survivor audition tape.
Don't. Please don't.
I think
gonna
I'm
be
going to
like
talk
that-
about how much I eat eggs.
You
I
were
feel like
telling
it's
me-
weirder than most people.
You guys are moving to New York.
But it's like a
you said you
gross
want to bring
thing.
that up in job.
That's funny though.
You're gonna bring it up in job interviews.
I
right?
am going to. No, I'm not. Well,
It's a Survivor thing?
no.
Or the eggs?
The eggs. The eggs.
The eggs. I think
mean,
it'd be funny if you just went on like.
I have brought it up, and it it's basically like. It's kind of like, you know how you sometimes have like a last interview for like a formality, and it's just like,
Do you want to
so
go out?
like tell us
They're
about
just like,
yourself.
all right, this is the salary.
Yeah.
Just make sure you got to pass the drug test. Just say, can you just talk for a minute uninterrupted?
I tell them everything. I tell them about the eggs. I tell them about the podcast, and that's it.
I'm
They
imagining.
kick
like,
me out.
Andrew, you got the job. Let's go out to lunch. I'm like, yeah, hey, I'll bring my own eggs if you don't
Hey,
mind.
yeah.
where
I'm so-
where are you going?
I'm saving money, so I'm just gonna order eggs no matter where we go.
I'm
It's like,
imagining you
Andrew,
get
this
there.
is a Chinese restaurant. Like,
You get there and you do like Bubba Gump and
yeah.
or,
He starts
Yeah.
listing off
Yeah.
just like fried eggs, over easy, hard boiled. You could do an omelet. You could do a sandwich.
soft boiled.
That's about all the eggs.
You got chicken eggs. You got quail eggs. Ostrich eggs. That's a big egg.
Yeah,
It's a big old egg.
and that's why I haven't got the job
That's
yet.
okay. You're still looking.
I mean,
You're
it's
all of a
it's
sudden
tough.
vice
It's like
president of the company.
it's like imagine someone said like, what's the equivalent? It's like I don't know, like Chris, what's something you really like? What's a food you really like?
Eggs.
Pizza.
I don't know. It's like imagine like Alex. Alex, what's a food you really like?
Pizza.
Pizza.
I don't know, Reuben's.
Reuben's. That's a
Yeah.
great example. It's like hey, I can't. Alex can. I've never seen Alex do a job interview without mentioning Reuben's.
That's true. My middle
See,
name is Reuben.
It's a little
so
cooler
usually
though.
it
It's
just
a little
comes
cooler.
up.
Alex goes, I'm so excited for the New York Reuben, and they say, "Oh, that's so cool, man! That's
Yeah.
awesome that you're
Mhm.
you're moving here
You have a
just
culture.
for the Reuben. You just it's admirable or whatever."
Sure.
Thank
I
you,
talk
thank you,
about
it is.
eggs, and they just
And
you
they
know
say, yes,
they
and
look
we,
away.
Sorry, that job is taken. Unfortunately,
I was hoping you'd say it's like you, Chris, trying to like, what are things you can do? Like, Excel, like, word, like, imagine
Yeah.
trying to not bring that up in an interview.
So tell us your skills.
All right, but you would know
eggs.
like eggs are stinky. You do know that, right?
Well, not like tuna, but what do you mean? Like I
I
wouldn't.
think eggs are stinkier than tuna.
No.
I think in the right conditions they can be.
I think
Well, what do you mean? Like I'm not bringing eggs into like work or something.
But when
That'd
you
be-
say
that would
but
be
when
so
you
strange.
say to someone, "Hey, the name's Andrew," literally all I do is eat eggs. How are you?
Yeah, that's funny.
That to me, like the first thing I would think of is, "Ooh, this person probably smells bad," because that's what eggs think. That's what I think about when
You
I
think
hear
they
that someone
permeate
says
out of a
eggs.
person?
I would say with tuna. I would say that.
Yeah, I don't like tuna.
I
But
don't
if
like
you
tuna
said,
either.
if I said like, "What's your favorite food?" and you said eggs, or
Mhm.
"What's your favorite food?" and you said tuna, what do you think's more normal? Tuna.
eggs.
I think
You weirdo.
I think I'm gonna say eggs as well.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like
Tuna,
eggs.
tuna. You could have sushi tuna, which doesn't smell
That's
at all.
true.
Tuna fish
Yeah.
smells pretty stinky. I mean,
Tuna casserole.
tuna casserole.
I have a confession.
Mm-hmm.
I might have told you guys this, but so you know when you're a kid and you have like foods
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, yeah, I don't like that, like, but you've never actually had it.
Like soup. for
No,
you.
that's a picky kid thing to do.
Yeah.
That's a you. I could tell you did something like that.
I did that, and then I would slowly have the
You're
things,
still
Mhm.
doing
and
it.
some
with soup.
things I would have, and I'd realize I liked. I have never had tuna. I probably will never have it. It
Mm.
just is disgusting to me.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
It's a
crazy about
confession.
tuna.
I eat
I've had
tuna
it-
fish all the time.
Hmm.
W-
I
At
don't know. It's
least
just gross to me.
I would say at least
That's like a
twice a month.
delicacy for a cat. And
Twice a month.
that's your meal.
yeah.
People
it's
eat
good.
it.
Listen, if it's delicacy, hey, I don't care. Call me a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Milk and tuna.
I also eat fish straight, like suck the bones right out and hold them up. Sometimes
Tom and Jerry style.
Can I tell a story from earlier today?
tuna's
Mhm.
good.
Freaking
idiot.
I wanted to talk to. I want to briefly touch on the beach, but not much. I came in today
Mhm.
to the studio.
Mhm.
Knocked on the door, no answer. Knocked on the door, no answer.
Doesn't
Walk
lie.
in. Andrew is asleep on a couch in a room with like. I have a couple of questions on this.
Yeah.
There's
There's a
no,
bunch
like-
of books about the
It
beach
wasn't
around
like
him.
you were taking a nap because you were fully clothed.
Yeah.
And like I don't think you were intending to take a nap, but you also like there was no. It's not like you were watching TV. It's not like you were like. You seemed like like
you
what,
accidentally fell asleep.
what got you there?
What got me there?
Yeah.
Hey, you get back from a long day, filling in at camp, being a substitute camp counselor.
You're a substitute camp counselor.
Yeah,
Oh, how's that going?
it's good.
Wait, I don't think there's anything wrong with napping fully clothed,
It was
unless you have shoes
it
on.
was something about like where you were. It
I
kinda
was just
funny.
tired. I got back. I was really tired. I had some
Substitute
food.
What are your
You're
what-
asking like 3 different questions at
well
once.
now
Chris.
I'm curious.
Now
Now,
you're
now I'm
interviewing
realizing
me.
you're wearing a camp t-shirt.
Hey,
Well,
I do love eggs.
my main funny thing I wanted to say was you were in a stupor as people are.
I
when they
was
wake
in a
up.
stupor, I think.
And I think I didn't really realize that you were like fully asleep. So sorry for waking you up. But I then asked, "Oh, how was the beach this weekend?" And then you're like, "It was fine." And then
What
I was
are you
like,
talking about?
"I was
yeah, I
like,
don't remember this.
I
It's
said,
funny.
which beach did you go to?" And you went, "It was near the water." I don't know. And then you got up, walked away, poured yourself a bowl of cereal, and then went, "All right."
Yeah, sorry. We went to Revere, I think.
Revere. Did you see
Yeah.
the
That's
sandcastles?
the beach? No, I don't think that's where we went.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
a town?
Yeah.
It was a town.
It looked like it.
We were
but
in, like,
we were
Dor-
in Southie.
we were in, like,
Southie.
Dorchester.
Oh, that's yeah. That's,
We were not where the sandcastles
okay.
were.
Revere
No.
had a sandcastle building competition.
Oh,
Should've
really?
I
done
missed
that.
it. I was down this.
Oh, I was the one that I crushed with my awesome football
Yeah,
skills.
Wait, Mister, watch out!
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, we went. It was,
Yeah.
Alright,
some
here's a
volleyball.
question.
Good times.
So, listen, we don't want to talk too much about the beach.
Yeah.
Do you think how much of your day-to-day life would you have to devote to building sandcastles
Yeah, jeez.
to be that good at building sandcastles?
Oh, that's true.
Am
And
I
to-
wrong?
Oh, don't do. No, come on.
Am I wrong to say they're wasting their
No,
life away?
you are wrong. We're always talking about do whatever hobby
No, but
you like.
That is a true question.
Well, my
like,
question to it is, how do they train in the off season? Are they shipping in sand from? They call up those camels.
you can make snowmen.
That's true.
Snowmen, Chris.
Wow, great answer.
I shut you down.
You did. It's one of those rare sports you can do all season.
And you know what? Check this out. Taking the curtain off. It's my sandcastle. I'm
Wow.
one of them.
You think they go sandcastle, pumpkin carving, snowman?
They definitely are. Yeah, this
Spring?
is the
Yeah,
season.
what's a spring?
Oh
What's a
my
spring
God.
one?
Maybe
Oh,
spring is when they finally
hedge,
spend time with their
hedge
families.
trimming. Oh.
Ooh, yeah, that's not bad. that you know what? Now I feel like pumpkin carving is the odd one out.
Yeah.
Hedge trimming is definitely the odd one out. Come on.
But hedge trimming is kind of like same size as like a sandcastle.
Hedge trimming kind of
Potentially.
just makes me think of like manscaping for some reason.
Alright, disgusting.
Sorry, guys. Spring's probably a good time to do that.
Every spring.
Do some spring cleaning around
Yeah.
here.
All right, enough, dude.
Spring
Enough.
cleaning.
What? I'm talking about my manscaping routine on podcast. What do you have an issue?
That'd be a great episode.
No, it really wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. right, I'm finally done with my face and my. I don't want to say anything else about
Sure.
landscaping.
Do you guys want to do what's on your mind, or do you have anything?
I think we should rate the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
So-
can you explain the section, Andrew?
Yeah. So for the listeners at home, after we
I was the host of this episode.
This episode's off the walls.
first of all, Chris just decided to take over as the host and then dictate who to say it and didn't do the real host. Hey, I'm talking.
I'm throwing it alley-oop up.
We rate the hobby after talking about it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the best, 10 being the damn
No,
it.
what?
Sorry, the 1 being the worst.
This is a wonky
Also,
episode.
10
Why
being,
not?
10 being the
Truly
best.
off the rails.
And we do a yay or nay on whether or not we will continue with the hobby.
All right, here's my question: do you guys think you could nail your your episode 4 rating?
No,
No. I think I'd give it a low rating.
I can actually check. I think I have for like the
All right.
earliest episodes. I have all the ratings written down.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Here's
Yeah.
what I think about the
Stop
beach.
maintaining that.
I enjoy the beach.
Yeah.
Actually, I really do enjoy the beach. I think
Mhm.
it's a great time. You're there with friends. It's a great time.
I had a lot of fun this weekend, Alex.
And I do love the beach activities.
Yeah.
Playing volleyball was great.
yeah,
Other games we played, great.
God.
God
Remember
was great.
What's God?
We should talk about God. God is fun.
Quickly
Yeah.
touch on God.
God is like this game that
Is
I
that-
don't want to talk too much about the beach,
If-
but I'd like to hear about God.
This is not necessarily a beach game.
I don't
Okay,
know
for you.
if it's like basically 2 of my friends from the same town told me about this game, so it could be a town specific game. But
At least the
it's
name must be.
it's really fun. I think it has nothing to do with God.
All right, let me explain it.
You
You're
can do
gonna
it.
take 15 minutes.
Sure,
to
yeah.
explain it,
Go
probably.
ahead.
Yeah.
You can stand in a circle,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
bunch of guys, girls, friends, hopefully all friends, or hey, soon to be.
Hell yeah.
That's the part of the rough
yeah,
draft
that's
of your
right.
essay that you just delete that
Highlight.
whole line.
That's when you need to get to 1,000 words or whatever.
Words.
Or hey, soon to be.
That's
and
it.
you-
People don't know our podcast need to be 50,000 words at least.
And you stand in a circle, and you're basically playing hacky sack with a soccer ball or
Or
volleyball.
volleyball,
We
yeah.
played with a volleyball.
Yeah, or soccer ball would work too.
And- or
It's
hey,
best with a volleyball, I think.
even play with a hacky sack. Until you
Yeah,
play
maybe,
God, just
maybe.
play hacky sack at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
And 3 people have to touch the ball before it hits the ground.
So
and
you
you
do.
spell
Okay.
out God, which is the weird part.
G-O-D.
I've played a similar game, I think.
And then when it
No
hits
God
D,
reference.
you have the option
Oh,
to,
I
before it
have
hits the
this.
ground, wail at it with your
Spike
hand
it at
to try
someone,
to hit
basically.
someone. You could keep doing the juggle with your feet, but once
Mhm.
you hit it with your hand and it hits someone else, they get a strike against them.
Mhm.
At that
Hey.
point, it becomes like dodgeball rules. They catch your hit, you
Ooh,
have a G.
fun.
They drop it, they have a G.
And just
then
like
the-
God's rules, 3 strikes you're out,
Mm-hmm.
or 3 sins you go to hell.
Of course.
3 strikes in this game.
3 sins.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
3 strikes, you're out.
We're all
You have
Yeah,
Yeah,
sins.
and then you sit. So it's pretty fun.
It was really fun, yeah.
Yeah, it actually is like a really fun time. But coincidentally, me and the other member of our group, who are probably the best at juggling,
The best at God.
juggling like soccer ball style, got out first.
But
so
you didn't have to be that good. Like, I'm very bad at juggling.
yeah, but it was
You
funny
don't
like
need to be
watching
that
it like
good.
it was like over and over again, just like G,
Gee.
oh, ball hit the ground.
Yeah.
G, ball hit the ground. G, oh, ball hit the ground.
And I think that game is good because it's not necessarily like a extremely competitive game.
No, no.
Like, you want to win, I guess. But I've had times where I'm on the beach playing like Can Jam
Yeah, it's
or something
competitive.
or something like that, and it's people take it too
Yeah,
seriously.
that's where it gets.
I'm on the
Mhm.
beach to hang out. I would rather sit down and do nothing on the beach, which is very enjoyable, than play a game with people that ruin it by being
Mm.
too competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But with God, the
Hey,
man
it was
upstairs
great
and
seeing,
the game, it was perfect.
like
level
you were
competitive.
saying, people walking by and they would hear us chanting God. And
God,
it was
God,
just like
God.
fun time.
just in a circle screaming God.
But it was even weirder because we were spelling it, so everyone must have been like,
Yeah.
"What is going on here?"
You could have just said like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You could say anything.
Yeah.
Alex's suggestion was Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
That's like a little less.
And then you go, Amen. Smash it down.
The power of Christ compels you.
Love it.
So yeah, I do like doing the activities at the beach,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna lie, it's similar to poker.
Yeah.
I
It's
like poker a
similar to a
ton.
lot of our hobbies these days.
I would rather, not that I would rather, but
This
I'm
might be the
just
moral
as
of the
happy
podcast.
sitting on the beach, even by myself, as I am just playing the
Playing
activities.
beach activities.
Like, I don't think the beach. Sometimes people try to force beach activities.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't need that. Like,
Okay.
you know what? I don't need to throw a football around at the beach. I think that's a forced beach activity.
See, but like, okay, well, I would argue that like no one's like throwing you a football because they like it's not like an awkward silence kind of moment, you know.
Yeah,
they
I
just
know.
want to play because it's fun.
But I'm there with let's say I'm there with one other person.
yeah,
It's like, oh, shoot, we got to play football. It's like, well, come on. Let's enjoy the sun and sand.
yeah. I guess I feel
I
like I
see
kind of
both
disagree with
sides.
you. I get what you're saying, but I don't think like.
But you guys are big beach activity guys.
Well, I
feel.
don't. I think it would be fine either way. But if it's like, do you want to play catch or do you want to sit? I'd probably be like, oh, let's play catch.
Yeah.
I don't know. And if no one said that, I'd probably be the one to say like, hey, do you want to play catch? And then
Like-
you're basically saying like, no, I want to sit and enjoy the sun, which
No,
is
no,
fine
no.
too.
I would say yes occasionally.
But
But I think what I'm getting at is, if it was unprompted, I would never bring up any kind
Okay,
of ball
okay.
to the beach.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That is a hot
I'm
take, I
packing
think.
every ball I can find.
Like I'll let
Yeah.
someone else bring it.
Yeah.
If no one brings it, I'm just as happy.
Cool.
I don't
Alright,
think it's
so-
necessary.
Rating? What do you think?
It's 2.
2. And 2 is good.
I like the beach. I probably like it more than I did last time. Yeah, you know what? The other thing, we went at a perfect time.
Mm.
I'm a beach as the sun is going down kind of girl.
Oh, I agree with that.
Like, I want it to be cool. I
Mhm.
want to be able to wear my shirt to hide myself.
So I don't know what you're talking about right now because we did not go when the sun was setting at
We
all.
went at like 3:00.
Yeah, but
Usually people go.
The
at
sun's
like
on its
9.
way down at least. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
you know-
I don't like a let's
Yeah.
get here at 7 and get a good I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Ugh.
I don't
Mhm.
want to go where there's
My
the
family's
sun's
all about
still
that.
going up and there's the full sun in the sky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We like the sun was going down. It
yeah,
was,
it was.
it was. We probably got to the beach at like. Well, I think we got there at like 3.
3:30 ish. Played some beach volleyball.
Mm.
But enough about the beach. So
Yeah.
are we done with your rating?
Yeah, I'll give it.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, I had a good time this weekend. I'm just going to keep it short. I'm going to try to guess my rating from last time. I guess it was kind of low. I'll go a little higher this time. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to go with a 6. Yay. But, like, I had more fun like this past weekend.
Yeah, specifically.
But I wouldn't say it was because of the beach. You know
Right,
what I
I
mean?
agree.
Yeah, like, I just had a fun time.
Yeah.
But I'm liking going to the beach more than when we originally did the episode 2 years ago, I would say.
Yeah, I think the last time we did the beach, I gave it. Wait, what was your rating?
I'm going to go 6. I feel like that's even kind of low.
Hmm.
But I just don't like the like all day aspect, I guess.
Yeah.
And it did feel like
well, we went. Yeah, that's why I liked when we went.
I guess it wasn't like an all day thing, but it was still like I don't know. Like a day at the beach, you're just like super tired. You know
we
what
were
I
there
mean?
for like 2 hours.
I don't really like that.
2 hours is a good amount.
We
of time.
might
Yeah.
maybe 3,
Yeah.
Maybe 2, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
which was perfect.
I'll stick with
Mhm.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. I think my last trip to the beach
6.5, yeah.
was a good like I went and it so happened like multiple friend groups were all
Mm.
we all went to Cape Cod for the 4th of July, so there was like 12 different people there all sitting together.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
nice.
Grand old time. We did a few activities. I brought a book, read a little bit. I think that's fun
That's
on the
nice.
beach.
Too,
Yeah.
After about an hour or so when I'm hot, I went for a quick dip. Usually I have to get like talked into going in the water, but
Yeah.
it's kind of fun every now and then. Played some volleyball. Great game of volleyball. You know when you're like doing a thing like that with a big group of people, and sometimes it's just like I feel like I got like a good case of the giggles, just like having fun
that's
running
great.
around in the sun. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite day.
Yeah, that is great.
Just I don't even know
Yeah,
what.
we played some great 2-on-2 volleyball.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So many people kept trying to join our game. We said,
I know.
See you,
Yeah, I
suckers.
wanted to talk about that. Like,
Were they just random people?
yeah.
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 Were we wrong for saying no so many times?
Well, we didn't like really say no. Well, we wanted to finish our games.
I said
Because
no.
we were like midway through a game
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, can we finish our game? And they were like, yeah. And then by the time we would finish, they would like run away. Basically, they were
I'm
gone.
not gonna lie. I did not want to play with strangers.
Mm.
I
I don't
agree.
feel
I think
bad
it's
about
like
saying
kind
that.
of
That's fine.
rude, but like because like the court's not ours to have.
But we weren't there for like an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time we left the court, we were there for an hour. But like,
I guess it's similar to like asking if you could play like pick up with someone at basketball.
Yeah,
or
it
like
is, like, the
you want
same
to
thing.
doubles in tennis.
because we just didn't want to like. There was like luckily the first group like they actually ended up going to another court that they just like asked us and then we were like yeah sure and then they asked another group and play with them. But those guys looked like they actually cared. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they
they
would have
did.
smoked us.
That's
and
what I
it would have
mean.
just been like
I don't
what
wanna
do you?
play with
them.
Yeah.
But
if it
anyway,
was just one guy who wanted to play because we had an odd number of people, it would have been fine. Like that is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
my new revelation on the beach too is I used to go like in college and people would want to go and like drink all day, and I don't
Yeah.
like being in a place where like I could get in trouble. I'm a big I get scared
Pansy.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
These days, though, I'm a little bit older. I feel like comfortable. Like, yeah, I'll sip on a beer, and
Yeah.
what's the worst thing that happens? I'll pour it out.
Yeah.
No one's gonna give me a ticket.
That's
I'm
true.
not like getting rowdy.
Yeah, well, you're over 21 anyway.
That's true.
I
But
mean,
But sometimes you're not allowed. Like it's
you can
prohibited
definitely
at the
drink
beach.
on the beer, right? I mean,
No,
on the
sometimes
beach.
you're
I'll
not
drink
allowed.
on a beer.
Sometimes you're not.
I think
yeah.
I think it's yeah.
All right, whatever.
Open container.
There are
but,
beaches that don't allow alcohol.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
it's
You're
like,
right.
and I drank one. I wasn't scared.
I'm bringing my flask in anyways. so-
Anyway, still afraid of the sun. 6 out of 10. Yay.
Nice. I bet that's higher than last time for all
Yeah.
of us. All right.
All right, should we get into what's on your mind?
I'll host this part now. So this is What's on Your Mind, this section where we talk about what's on our mind. Luckily, every week we get a theme song sent in by a fan of the show. This week we got a theme song sent to the Beach Bees.
The Beach Boys.
There, that was,
Thanks, the Beach Bees.
That's a weird theme song. Very short. Cut off.
Yeah, it was nice.
All right. Can you host this dang thing,
all right.
Alex?
This is the section of the show
Uh-huh.
called "What's on Your Mind."
Yeah.
Hopefully, everyone fast forwarded right to it. In the section of the show, we like to
You're
talk
gonna.
about-
Who's editing this week? Are you gonna Todd? Do you think Todd could just loop in like?
Yeah, please go to timestamp of.
You didn't know, but I was
1
gonna say,
hour.
do you think he could just make that whole soup conversation about the beach somehow?
How can we spin this?
What do you think? No,
He's not-
it shouldn't even be done.
Let's
Do you
hear
think
it.
anyone's ever brought soup to the beach?
Oh,
Ugh, imagine.
maybe a bit.
Hopefully
Maybe
not.
a bit.
Hopefully not.
All right, we like to start "What's on Your Mind" section with a listener submitted "What's on Your
Mhm.
Mind" when we have one.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, we got one recently from a listener to the show. Don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm going to be honest. Cyan.
It's definitely not Cyan. It's either Cyan
Oh, Cyan or Kian.
or Kian.
Or it could be Cyan.
Yeah.
It
Sorry.
could be Cyan.
You know what? I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, it's spelled like the color cyan. So thanks for emailing in, Kian. We can just call you. Every
I don't think
name.
it's Kian.
I don't think so either. I think it's cyan.
Yeah, I'm saying cyan.
All right. Good morning. It's 3 a.m. First of all, listen. If it's 3 a.m., just say good night. It's still nighttime. You don't. This person was clearly email. I'm upset with this person's email.
Already.
If they're emailing in
2
before
words.
they've gone to sleep, you can't say good morning.
Maybe they're up early.
Maybe that's true.
I
It's
guess, I
3
guess
a.m.
we'll find out later
Yeah,
in this
we'll
email.
find
All right, it's 3 a.m. and I've just listened to the Drunk Poop Man episode. That's at least an hour long,
So
which
they-
means they started it at latest 2 a.m., maybe even 1:50.
Hey,
Friend of
12:01 a.m. is morning to me.
friend
That's
of the friend of
AM.
the show, Adam, who just ran that 100-mile race, had to wake up at 1:50.
And what did he say? Good evening.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's 3 a.m. and I've just listened to the Drunk Poop Man episode.
A true classic.
It's one of our past episodes.
If you're a more
Similar to
recent
this one.
listener, more recent listener of the podcast, I definitely would recommend checking it out. It's truly unlike any other episode of I Need a Hobby, and dare I say, any other podcast episode.
yeah,
Period.
no doubt. A story, an epic tale, I would say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, now I'll brief the fans. There are many questions in this email,
Yeah.
so I think
We're gonna
we should
answer
just
them all.
Stop the email, answer a question, and then keep going.
Yes.
Mhm. Rapid fire.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning to you. It's 3 a.m. and I've just listened to the Drunk Poop Man episode. And look, I hate to be that guy that's 1 year, 8 months, and 5 days late to the party, but holy S.
Uh,
Swear word.
okay.
Poop related.
if you listen to the episode, you'll probably hear the word.
There's a lot to unpack in this episode. I mean, all right, so now we're going into the questions.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, how did he actually get in? Oh, hold on. We should say if you don't know the episode, either fast forward this part because it's going to make no sense to you,
Yeah.
or listen to it with intrigue in your mind, or just go back and listen to the episode.
yeah.
One, how did he actually get in?
Pause.
Yeah.
We actually don't know for sure, but I believe
It was like the back door.
my
right?
guess would be remembering that
I feel like you guys.
situation now. I'm
It was
guessing.
by like the laundry.
I'm
Wasn't
guessing.
there poop over there?
Yeah, there was, but he could have like dragged. I
But
think
I-
it was the laundry.
I
though.
feel
Dang.
like you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you left doors unlocked.
No,
You know
that's
what?
certainly true.
So,
That's
like-
that's not a mystery. The
'Cause
back
that's
back
a-
door was definitely unlocked.
Because that's a normal question to ask and say, yeah.
I don't know if it's. Do you guys lock your house at night?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I get you.
Well, y'all live in the city,
Yeah,
though,
you
now.
live to like y'all. Shut up.
On my
I say
country
I
club.
say y'all sometimes.
I
Everyone
also-
loves
the
to
way
call
you
me
said
out.
it. The way you said it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, y'all live in the city.
Y'all city slimmers.
Yeah, 10 gallon.
All right, hold
hat.
on. I think we might
We're not
have-
crazy for locking doors.
we
but
might
No,
have
I know
something
you're
that-
not. I know you're not.
We might have something on our hands here. I think
Poop.
we should make a mockumentary series on this drunk poop man.
You know, the three of us are very into documentaries these days.
What do you
That
mean?
would be
Yeah.
What do
so
you mean
fun.
mockumentary series? I don't even
Like
know what
it's
you're talking
a
about.
documentary is like based on a true thing. A mockumentary is
Do you mean like that like Nat
like American
Geo,
Vandal?
like the History Channel stuff on like Genghis Khan and they have the
No,
live
no,
action
no.
reenactments?
No, I'm imagining like a true crime esque.
Like have you
spin
know
on,
American
like-
Vandal?
No.
All right, let me think of another. Or like there's like that. This is Spinal Tap. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
I do
Yeah.
know that.
That's
yeah.
like a mockumentary.
I know what a mockumentary is, but
Oh, okay. So I'm saying like a true crime type documentary
But it's
where we're like, all right, he got in somehow, and there was poop by the laundry machine, but we don't know if it was his poop.
we could like interview like all of your friends. We
think
could
this
call
could
in
be-
like a poop specialist.
We could do a serial type podcast. But it's just
About
about
how
some
he got
poop.
in.
Fans know these
that's
guys
so
are moving
good.
to New York. This could be our next
I
project.
think this is I honestly think this is a good idea,
Yeah.
but
If I'd say if
It would
5
make-
people are interested, we'll spend the next year doing it.
it would make no sense for people that don't understand the drunk poop man.
But
We
at the
could-
same time, like
this
It-
might
they
come up
could-
later
they'll
in the
learn
email.
about
That's
But like,
true.
I do have a way of contacting the
yeah, I know.
culprit.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be a spoiler for our soon-to-be mockumentary.
Yeah.
But we question all these people. We say, "Listen, I think it was actually
Mhm.
Paul. I think Paul was
Yeah.
the poop man. I know he's
Answer's
cleaning it up
roommate.
and saying it's not." And then later, at the very end,
Yeah.
we put a light behind the real drunk poop man, so it blacks out his image.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he says, "Yes, it was me." And he just starts talking. He unleashes it all.
That'd
That's
be
the,
so cool.
that's like the doosh moment.
I guess, except for the part that he didn't know it was him. So
Oh, that's even better. Then it leaves everyone with a mystery.
I think this would be so funny.
Everyone in
we
the
might,
This would be
country,
really funny.
everyone in the country.
we
will be
might have to
talking
take this
about
out of the
There will be
podcast.
Facebook groups. Paul is the drunk poop man. Paul's life is going to be ruined.
yeah.
People will say, "I think we should set the drunk poop man free," because the person that we think is the drunk poop man, since he never admitted to it, there are going to be people in the country
Mhm,
who
that
watch
are
our
on his side.
mockumentary who are on his
Yeah.
side.
Ah,
Test
that's
the
great.
poop for
This is genius.
DNA.
I'm gonna start writing
a
I'm gonna-
true crime.
gonna start writing
Yeah,
the
a
scripts.
true crime mockumentary. This is good.
The police handled the scene poorly. There were no police.
All right.
All right, back
So,
to the
Do
thing.
you think we could get? No, I'll say it for the movie. Never
All
mind.
right.
I have so many.
So
Unsure.
we
as
so
hell.
yeah, the
believe that-
the door's unlocked.
from what I remember from what the poop man told me, I believe he was at
Alleged,
an
alleged.
apartment closest to our back door that he would have had to go through some like woods to get to.
Right.
But it's certainly doable if you don't know what you're doing. The other option is that going back to UMass from where this man said he was, you do have to take a right, nowhere near my street, but at a certain point.
Yeah, like a mile up
And
the street.
he
probably.
could have like been confused because my street was a dead end. So
Right.
what another potential option was that he took a right, he went all the way down, realized he had no idea what he was doing, in the wrong spot, in his drunken state, just found the nearest,
Couch.
home.
All right. Does the stool smell? Now listen.
Hey, is that a pun?
I think that's a gross pun.
That's funny.
And listen, Cian, don't make puns about poop. Okay. I think
We made it.
I
up
think
in
it's
the
about
episode.
the footstool.
Yeah. Does the footstool smell? So okay, the answer to that question is I believe he came in the back door.
There's a little poop on a stool.
But
That
we
was
don't
it.
know for sure.
Just for the listeners. Stool on the stool.
Stool on the poop. Poop on the stool.
The stool is good as new. It is.
but
like,
when you
insanely
got
old.
it was
You
covered
did
in-
just do
in
it.
It
other
was
pieces
no.
of poop.
It's like the truth is that there was not much on it.
It was like a
like
speck.
any amount is like enough to be like, but it was not a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, but when it comes to true crime, and a little bit it goes
a little
long
bit of
way.
evidence is a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. So the stool does not smell.
but it has enough DNA to put him in jail.
Maybe it was. I mean, hey, I said it before. I bleached the beep out of it.
Hmm.
Did you ever get the sandals back?
No. Good question. The sandals. We actually. I guess I can say this. I never saw the poop man again. He
Mhm.
walked out the door and I never saw him again.
Wow.
Um,
Probably still wearing the sandals to this day
he sent us the money like Hedwig style, which is kind of crazy.
with an owl.
yeah. But anyway, no, we never got the sandals back. I have no idea if he never even knew that they were Jay Crowder's sandals. Jay Crowder since has moved on to
A different team.
first the Cavaliers,
Now
and
they
then
really
now
want
he's on the
something.
Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
So he is long, far
I'm
away from
saying-
his sandals.
Listen to the show. Listen to the episode. Let's just talk specifics.
Yeah.
I think if we're gonna make this movie, I think we could get Jay Crowder in for an interview. Just like to talk about the night.
Talk about the night that he left his sandals in the
somewhere.
Mullen Center and Paul took them.
And who has them now? Oh, he did what in your house?
That would be so funny.
Yeah, he has the sandals. The sandals are his. And we never got him back. Never saw him again.
Good. If listeners of the show who know me ever see me post a status that says like, "Does anyone have a connection to Jay
Yeah.
Crowder?"
You know what?
Please share.
All right. Does the man have a name other than the drunk poop man?
Yes, he does have a name. I will not reveal any info.
Until the movie.
Just because I'm like actually afraid. Like this guy was like relatively nice at the end. I mean, yeah,
Come on,
you're
man,
gonna
you're
do this
looking
again.
bad,
That,
you're
like
looking
that,
bad.
like oh, you should hate
Yeah.
this guy. Like oh, whatever. It was a while ago now. I mean, first at that point he was a freshman. Now he's a rising junior. I'm sure those days are behind him.
All right,
you know
all
what I
right.
mean?
No, he has no name. He's
So
the man
I'm
with no
not I'm not gonna reveal his name.
Was
but I do
that-
know it.
TPM, yeah.
I do know his name.
Was that his first time breaking into someone's house,
Hmm.
shitting everywhere, then leaving, as well asking for a ride?
That's the best way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was.
That was
We
like
don't
the-
know the
I
don't
think
know the answer. To
We
that.
don't know. I believe it was the first, but hey, maybe it wasn't the last.
All right, these are kind of like rapid fire ones.
Yeah. Okay.
How many people knew about this escapade? Did Josh ever get
Our
out of
thousands
bed?
of listeners.
Did Tim and the other one ever come home from the marathon?
All right. Wait. You're going too fast.
I'm saying we can answer them all at once because they're all kind of short answers.
Okay. Those three.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how long have they been running? But that doesn't seem as important.
Tim and my other friend. Okay. I'll answer that one first. Tim has been running since high school.
Great running.
My other roommate at the time, Alex, has started running
It was a half marathon,
After-
I believe, right?
But Alex is one of those people. Yeah, it was just a half marathon. And you know those types of people. Maybe sorry if this offends anyone, but who like will like roll their ankle and then all of a sudden are like have like a huge fat ankle for like 6 weeks, even though they just like took one step funny.
Yeah.
Like that's Alex. I feel kind of bad for him.
You
like
mean
it's,
humans that get injured sometimes?
yeah, like he gets injured so easily, so he doesn't run that much
Mm.
anymore. But
All right. Did Josh ever get out of bed?
did Josh ever get out of bed? Yes, super late in the day. By the
Mhm.
time he got out of bed,
He just knew something.
the house
wrong.
was good as new. He would have had no idea. We told him all about it, except for the fact that our couch was in the garage with poop on it. But
where it stayed forever.
yeah, until it was disposed of.
And one final question:
Oh wait. There was another one before that.
how many people knew?
How many people knew about it? At the time,
Before the release of the episode. 'Cause
before
now
the
it's
before the
millions.
release of the episode, not a whole lot. It was like me, Paul. Then I eventually told the roommates. Remember leaving a great voicemail. Hey guys, I might have mentioned that in the episode. Hey
I think,
guys,
I think
Yeah,
your
I think
I
you
think
did.
your roommate showed the voicemail to me.
really?
Very funny.
Yeah, and then we told our neighbor, like our next door neighbor, the next day. That was really funny too. I definitely mentioned that in the episode. It's like, hey, good morning, how's it going? Like we're literally wearing like those like yellow
Yeah.
crime scene
Breaking
gloves. Like,
Bad.
oh, you wouldn't believe the night we had.
All right. One more question
So-
from me.
I'd say like under 10 people knew about it before.
All right. Before we get into the final question, one more from me.
Yeah.
If this happened to you like today,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
would you call the cops?
No.
What?
What if you're in Brooklyn?
That's insane.
Yeah,
In
dude.
Brooklyn, I probably would.
Yeah.
In like my childhood home, yeah, probably.
Oh, that's kind of like what I meant. Not like
Yeah, I think I would.
like anywhere else, but
I don't know. I
in a
don't want to
college
like.
dorm.
I don't know, man. Do you really want to like arrest this guy?
Yeah, kind of.
No, I don't know.
He broke
no.
into your house.
I don't know. Maybe you've just
I've
never
come
had a
around-
night like that. I mean, obviously I haven't had a night like that, but
I
I've definitely had a night where like
I will say
if people weren't like in my favor or like helping me out, then I could have like
All right, what
found
if he
myself
came
in
in?
the hospital or
What
jail.
if he came in and beat the crap out of you? Would you call the cops? You would say, "Oh, he's just drunk. It's okay." He
That's
broke into
way
your house and
different.
beat the crap out of you. I don't think it's that much different.
Then it's my poop everywhere.
Literally.
I will say
don't know.
I've been thinking about this lately because of this email, and I think I've come around to Andrew's side that given your
because he was in
you're-
college, but
yeah.
when he said now, he would still
Yeah.
not call the cops.
that yeah
Mhm.
It's ridiculous,
yeah a little
right?
bit.
You guys were mad at me last time.
I'm
I
still
don't need to get
upset.
like this again.
All right, final question. unrelated.
I actually think we should cut our own what's on your minds.
Okay.
Let's just end
Yeah,
it
I
with this.
thought that was. I mean, I'd like to talk about the beach a little bit.
Well,
Do it.
still from Cyan.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Unrelated.
Mhm.
Do dogs from different countries speak different dog languages?
Oh, that's great.
A true.
Is there
what's-
anything? Is
a
that the
true
end of
what's
the
on your
email?
mind? Well, there's something in dog, and I think it
I
translates
think it's
to.
Arabic dog.
Wow, this podcast is great. I freaking love your pod almost as much as I. Sorry, it's in dog. Almost as much
Dog,
as
you
I
read
love.
right to left.
Yeah, freaking love the pod.
Almost as much as I love.
I don't know. I don't know the translation.
I think
Okay,
it says
alright,
a good bone, maybe.
I was gonna say chasing the mailman.
All right,
that's
all right, nice.
I think.
So let's epilogue this drunk poop man. Please listen to the episode if you haven't. If you
Alright.
need a
Watch our
refresher.
movie releasing
Let's
probably
do it again.
2020.
There's a lot to unpack.
Right. Okay. Do dogs in other
Okay,
countries
back
speak
to
different
the
dog
what's on your
languages?
mind.
I think.
yes.
I think yes as well.
I think yes as well.
I think
As
the
well.
reasons that the fact that
it's the
humans
same thing,
do
right?
shows
There's
that
also like something I feel like people don't think about is like sign language. There's multiple multiple sign
This
languages.
is like
are.
my what's on your mind I had about that my mom's cats, Kazoo and Jack.
Mhm.
Can they tell each other specific things, or can they just say, I'm mad at you? Can they
Right.
say,
Yeah.
stop eating my food, that's why I'm angry with you?
Hmm.
Maybe not.
You know what? Maybe they can't then.
I think so. I think that there's little like gestures that mean like something.
That's universal.
obviously.
Mhm.
Well, no, I was gonna say like they can't say like hey like they can't have a conversation, but they can like give a gesture, and maybe some of those gestures are different on one side of the world than they are on the other.
I think there's some
Jeez.
universal dog language, like
Yeah.
how there's like you could tell by someone's body language.
Yeah.
That's pretty universal between all countries and all
Yeah.
cultures.
Right, there definitely is something like that. Hey, sniff each other's butts.
Mhm.
I bet every dog
Mhm.
does
It means nice to meet you.
Well, I'd say especially the things that like have some sort of what's the word like reason that they like a literal reason. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know they like walk around in circles
wagging
before
their
they sit
tail.
down, and it's supposed to be because of, I don't know, some sort of
Right. Yeah. So I think there's
evolution
something,
shit.
but maybe there's also, but I think if there's other language more than that, then I don't think it has anything to do with the countries.
Hmm.
I think maybe it has to do with the dogs that are around each other.
Yeah,
Or brought
that-
up near
yeah.
each other. Like maybe a dog from one town in America and his friends speak one way, slang even, and then a dog from another part of America, still the same continent, speak kind of differently.
And maybe they have different things that they know how to say, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Like,
dogs here, but like, if there was like a wild dog, they'd probably be able to gesture like we're in danger in different ways.
here's something that
It's like how like people in Alaska, or is it Alaska? I don't know. Some have like 30 words for snow.
do you
Maybe they have more gestures.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
wonder.
Hmm.
Do you think maybe a dachshund? Right, it's like
Yeah.
a really small dog, wiener dog,
and a German Shepherd.
and like ever
Great
sees like
Dane.
a Great Dane that's like an attractive female Great Dane, and thinks like, oh, that dog is sexy. It's essentially a different species. They're so different. The dogs are so different. Like
Imagine seeing a dog. Oh, it's a dachshund.
There's
Great
no
Dane, that's-
equivalent for humans.
I see any type of human,
because
and I
any
think to
human
myself
is
like,
that's like the equivalent of seeing like a 20-foot tall human and being like,
yeah.
oh, is that
Hoochie
yeah.
mama.
It's
And
like
not only that, it's much bigger, but it's like it looks completely different.
Yeah.
Like a dachshund in a pit bull or in a bulldog.
I'd say that's almost the equivalent of us and like a well-functioning gorilla.
Yeah. Like
no.
or like a giraffe or just any animal. It's just they're two completely different
Yeah,
animals, but
basically.
they're the same species.
Crazy.
No, I don't know. Like
They could breed,
we have a lot of different
They could
races
try.
as humans,
but we're
you
still
know?
yeah.
They're
All
still
right,
like
man.
the same size.
We're still the same. We're still humans.
and they're still dogs. I don't know.
They're,
what
they're
what
so
are you
di-
saying?
They're so different though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I
I'm
think
trying to get in the dog's head. Is he saying like, "Whew, hot
I'm trying
dog?
to
that's
speak
nice."
his language.
Yeah,
One
one
of
of
them.
many.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
I'm saying
the
I
answer
think
to-
they do. I think dogs do.
they do
And
what?
it blows. They know it's a dog, and they're like, "Ooh, baby, that's a nice one."
I agree. Yeah,
But it
That's a
blows
Great
my
Dane over
mind.
there.
It's like,
that's a
what?
nice one.
Yeah.
I think that dogs. I agree. I think that they must have different languages just because it's the same thing, right? When you're a baby, that's what you're exposed to. So I don't know though.
I don't know.
Because what if you move? Like humans can learn another language, but hey, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. What if
True
your
that.
dog moves to Germany when he's 10 years old? I think he's still going to be friends with the dogs.
I'm starting to think they don't have
Mm.
any languages.
Yeah,
they
maybe
communicate. They can communicate,
They just sniff butts.
but it's built-in communication. and they all
Yeah.
communicate the same way.
Maybe there's like intricacies, but
Yeah, like little.
I feel like I kind of just like disproved it right there. Like the dogs are still going to be able to interact and be like friends.
Right.
But maybe you just don't need to speak to be friends if you're a dog. How about that?
Mm. Yeah, I don't talk to you guys. I'd consider us friends.
You know
Imagine if you were like someone's pet, okay? One of those 20-foot tall humans. Me and you, Alex, are pets.
Yeah.
Or me, you, and Chris are pets, and Chris doesn't know English.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably still gonna be friends with him because
Still gonna be able to
we,
communicate.
we're not gonna we'll be able to say a couple
Yeah, we
things
can figure something out.
and we don't have any other people to talk to, so
Mhm.
or people our species.
Even if it's just like pointing and smiling, like the basic thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
It
So
would be
even if we have like what I'm saying is that we could all speak English, which is the case for us,
Mhm.
but what if we don't all speak the same language?
Imagine the podcast.
We'd still be okay, I think.
Yikes. We're speaking English. Chris is over here sniffing butts.
Hey, at least
not
you
too far off.
could have translated that email a little better.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
And you know
crazy.
what? Hey, I'll tell you, dogs and humans don't speak the same language, but hey, we
Mhm.
get along just fine.
Mhm.
Man's
True
best
that.
friend, even.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so thanks for the email, Cyan.
Yeah, thanks for the email.
Should I
Email in at ineedahobbypod@gmail.com if you have something that's on your mind.
We're gonna email. We should email. Let's respond to Cyan and be like,
just fast forward to the what's on your mind part of the episode.
yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, get those plugs out.
All right. I'll hit him with the plugs.
Plugs aren't flying.
Whoa. Hold on. There's something like on the ceiling. I'm just gonna like.
Oh,
I'm just gonna climb up onto this like little ladder as I do them. So
okay.
if you like this episode,
it's it's topsy turvy. I'm just saying, be careful.
yeah,
But
I
you're
think
okay.
I'll try my best. You know, you can find us on Instagram.
You're
Snapchat,
notoriously bad.
Twitter.
All I'm saying is you're notoriously bad at
I need a hobby
multitasking.
pod. Our website's I need.